I'm transforming this abandoned school bus into a luxury camper. It's seen better days and needs a complete overhaul. From top to bottom, we're tackling every single detail. Join me on this journey. Let's get this bus back on the road. Previously, we conquered a lot. We got the whole bus primed and repainted with a fresh coat of white. We also cleaned off the whole entire roof, resurfaced it, and reapplied all the solar. Then jumped to fixing random components, along with fixing all the electrical issues that the bus previously had. Now, let's jump to the inside. Once we made it to the inside, we really had to take apart everything. And although it might look fine in photos, trust me, it needed it. So we took out all the components that needed to be removed and then started on the ceiling. Oh, the ceiling. It definitely needed it. As you can see in this clip right here, we needed to restore it back to its original color. We were short. Frankie could reach the ceiling standing up, but I had to do it on a ladder, and so did my dad. And this was actually quite a hassle. I think this was one of the hardest projects that we had to do, but we ended up getting it done, did more sanding than needed, but the end result actually turned out great. My dad has been here doing all the poly on the roof, and he doesn't film much, so if you just close your eyes and just imagine him doing it real fast, that's the clip of him doing it. Otherwise I would show it to you. He crushed it. This is the poly that he used, like a matte.
It turned out nice. This was a little worn and all the nail holes and stuff you could see, so we probably sanded it more than it needed, but the end result is the wood grain is beautiful in this thing.
So we're in the repaint phase. We've got the bathroom repainted and the bedroom finally repainted. So we're gonna go ahead and put this area back together before we move forward. I've got the vanity right here that I'm gonna get put in the bathroom today to get it off the ground, and then some of the shelving for the bedroom. That's the plan today.
Take your time, make me down. We're not here forever, but hold me.
Just when we thought we didn't have to get on the roof anymore, here we are. Also, for those of you that have never had a max air fan, they make a huge difference. In a place like this where you can't always have your AC running or something like that, you can create, I believe there's 10 speeds on this, but you can do different drafts. So if you have one fan, you can have one fan bringing air in, you can reverse the other one and have it drafting out. You can have them both pulling air in. And this one you can also set, hold the set to 78 degrees. So when that hits 78 degrees, it can actually kick on the fan automatically. I have one in the Humvee. Still, that was one of the first things that we mounted up there. In any vehicle that we've done since then, we've always put a max air fan in. It's just, you know, kind of one of those essential things that you always add. All right, here's the satisfying part. Moment of truth. Nice, let's go. Let the paint set overnight, and it is significantly brighter in here. I don't know that you guys can actually see the difference. Right here, you could kind of see the line on this a little bit, and I feel like the camera doesn't do it justice, but it is so much brighter in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a second coat and kind of touch up any of the spots that we see. I still gotta paint the front, and then hopefully, I'm sure it's not true, but the painting should be done. New day and new plan of attack for an area that we haven't touched yet is the driver area. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. We got to take this old mat off right here, kind of clean up the area where the shifter is, take off the seat, redo this electrical panel over here because we don't need half of those buttons on there anymore. So I'm going to go through that. That's going to take most of the time, and just close off lines that aren't needed. And I'll end up making a new panel probably for the couple that are there. Electrical panel on the outside of the driver's seat, and really I'm just going to clean up this area to get rid of stuff like this. It just has no purpose. Find out where it goes and delete it, and then that'll let me know what I can actually remove inside of here. But it is pretty dirty in here right now. You can see like some of those cobwebs and all this, so let's get that stuff cleaned up. So I've already got a handful on the ground right there. Still got a lot to go. I got a little mini wiring diagram here, but the best thing is, you know, we got Starlink set up here, set up with the Jackery here at the warehouse, and I can do research online because we're not doing this in the 19th century anymore. We were able to remove so much. There was so much stuff that is just unneeded since we don't have all the lights and the blinkers and all the safety stuff that you have to have during the school bus. So look how much we were able to remove. Really now up on the panel, we have the running lights set up on a switch, and then we have the wipers, and that is it. So there's only 2 switches that need to be ran up there now. And so the next thing is, now that we're done in this spot, is we're gonna actually remake a panel that goes over the side so that way we can add those 2 switches. So I got the plasma cutter set up. I'm actually using the Arc Droid, the Grindhard edition one. Shout out to Grindhard, love their channel. All right, so I got the piece cut out, did a good job, and now we just got to get it prepped, painted, and we'll get it hooked back up. Here we have the freshly painted dash pieces, looking good. Got all the components kind of back on this. That's the back, and it's kind of laid out how it should go back on the dash. So we're gonna focus on getting all of this done right now, get this part back together, and then we'll slowly put the other pieces on, but it's gonna look so much better. So got the dash back together and fired up the bus, and ended up finding out that we had an airline leak that's connected to the back of the dash, which is this piece right here, and went ahead and disconnected the airline. So we gotta go get a new airline connector before we can kind of finish up the dash. The dash is painted. I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit, wrap up for today, and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow.
Wow. Holy cow, this looks so much better.
We're like putting this back together right now. The grill has been missing. It's still not painted. It's right here. And that's because it is warped pretty bad. It doesn't sit flush against the front of the bus. These things are pretty expensive online. They're like $300, and then there's a couple places that want you to pay like another $300 for shipping, which is insane. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and try to fix this warp a little bit in it. And honestly, I'm not a professional at this at all, but I'm just gonna use a piece of, if I can find it, this piece of angle iron, and I'm gonna go ahead and tack it on the sides on both ends, and then I'm gonna try to pull in the middle a little bit and then see if I can tack that and fill that gap. You know, what's the worst? It doesn't work out and then we have to buy the expensive one, but let's hope we can get this one to work this way. Also, I need to get a welding table sometime, so if anybody has any good suggestions for a welding table, or if a company has one they'd like to send us, let me know. Whole hell of a lot straighter anyway. Fixed the warp that was in it. Now I just got to take it off, prime it, and then we'll get it painted the same color, white. And that's it for this bus rebuild. We have put a lot of time and work into this. I know it's taken a while, but it is officially done. So stay posted. Next up is the tour.